Hello all, Nice Tail here, bringing you a review of this Quiet Carry. Waypoint. I don't know why I was so slow on that. It's over here though. It's not even in there. Yeah. So, this knife is in Vanax. This is a completely corrosion resistant knife. In fact, I think even the lock bar is LC200N. Which is pretty interesting and pretty cool. Let's get specs out of the way with a 3 1/4 inch blade, approximately. 7.5 overall. 4 1/4. So very good ratios on 4 1/4, 3 1/4, 7.5 total. I mean, it's very on the nose for like straightforward. I don't know what I'm laughing at. Myself, probably. I'm not that funny, though. Or am I? I don't know. Oh, dog. I don't know what he's barking at. He's older now, and he is, in fact, losing hearing. So he doesn't know what he's barking at. Yet he still barks. Comparison to the Elemental for small, Conspirator for full. It is pretty dead center in between, maybe a little bit more towards the Conspirator. This is not a huge knife. They do make a large that they recently came out with. I really want to get that because, in fact, I just really want to get some more quiet carry knives. I was on the fence for a long... Well, you know what? I'll save the story until after we're done with specs. Hold on just a moment. And we're back. I just had a sneezing fit. That was fun. Compared to AA batteries, you got pretty much very close to a 1-to-1 there on the handle. Weight of the Waypoint: 2.72 ounces. Very light. It is very much weight relieving on the inside. I mean, you got an inset liner lock all that's been milled out to accommodate for. This is not a big or heavy knife. You have T8 construction all the way around, which I love. Love to see. Okay, this thing is losing its mind. Oh no, it was open. Okay, fine, I'll give you this one. 372 thousandths of an inch. So 0.32 of an inch, about a third of an inch. Not thick. Blade stock: 800 and no, not 800, 85 thousandths. So yeah, very thin blade stock, very thin blade stock. And if the blade stock weren't enough, this thing is hollow ground. So you have some pretty crazy geometry on this thing. And I'm way too low on the blade. We good? We good. 11 thousandths. It's not as crazy thin compared to every other knife that I have, but it's quite thin behind the edge. It's quite thin blade stock. This thing cuts like a monster. And my word, does it cut. I have used this, and it still got bite. This thing is held up and performed wonderfully. Again, such geometry is just, it's going to pass through so much easier. I think it just wears on the edge less. Alright, with the specs out of the way, I'll take a quick talk about the knife. You got the Quiet Carry logo here, you got Vanax here. I wouldn't mind seeing the Vanax like down here or something, or even down here. Quiet Carry, I wouldn't mind their logo. That would be improving it, but it's not exactly obtrusive billboarding or intrusive billboarding. You've got well, I guess this is a It does drop, so it's a drop clip point with a hollow grind. Easy access to the tip. Very utilitarian blade shape. Very sort of do-it-all. Inset liner. This thing is not on bearings. It is on phosphor bronze, and they are very, very, very smooth. In fact, can I get it to... You can shake it shut. I mean, it takes a lot, but it's not a shake-shut knife. It is centered. There's no play whatsoever. I take that back. There has gotten a little bit of play in there. And it's gone. Still centered. Very good. We're looking at pure titanium handles with a wire pocket clip that works wonderfully. And I mean, even if you don't like wire pocket clips, it is a little tighter than most wire pocket clips, I will say. And it stands up pretty tall for a deep carry wire pocket clip, yet it does not affect the ergos. At least not in my hand. Maybe because it sort of falls behind my hand. Unless I'm in this grip, in which case, yeah, I feel it. It's right there. It's not uncomfortable. I think that's just the nature of the wire pocket clip. You feel it, it's not uncomfortable. You like it, you don't. I'd like to see a titanium clip on this thing that's a bit more low profile, and honestly, just that. I'm actually unsure if they make one. But, either way, it's reversible. It's comfortable in the hand. These are flat, very simple, straightforward scales, except for this side, which I really... This knife breaks my rule of I don't like design elements on one side of the knife. I don't like the idea of a show side being where your pardon me, being where you have all of your design elements. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. It's honestly saved me a lot of money over the years because I've seen things that I said, oh, that's cool, and then saw the other side and it's just this plain titanium frame lock that's just flat and hideous on the other side. Some hinderers, for example. I have had a hinderer, and I got over it for the hinderer because I did like the knife, though I have another hinderer that's not that way, but I did get rid of the one that was that way. I got over it for that one because I did like the knife, though that has its own set of issues, but I digress. I pretty much have a rule where if you have design elements on one side, I want to see it carried through to the other side. Even if it's just minimal, like if you have speed holes here and you just have a couple small speed holes here in front of the pocket clip and thing, I'm not the biggest fan of speed holes, but that alone carries it over. See, they have these little dots on both sides, but the texture is where this thing lives, and my word, this texture is wonderful. It is a very fine sort of diamond pattern, but in rows, kind of. It's more like it's just, yeah, it's diamond pattern, but it's just in such rows that it's really attractive. It feels wonderful. That's one thing I was surprised with. Getting back to the story that I was going to say earlier, I put off getting a quiet carry knife for a long time until one got offered up to me in the trade. This particular one, was not a brand new knife coming to me, but it was pretty new. It's like basically new. And I took the trade. And what I found when I first interacted with this thing was just extremely nicely and well executed. This is a really soft, nice lock side, or yeah, I guess this is lock side. This texture is really nice. It feels good in the hand. It's wonderful and consistent and smooth and really nice and satisfying to interact with. More so than you necessarily I can describe. More than some other knives. There's just a quality about it. So I was very pleased with that. And that has made me want to get some more quiet carry, like a couple of them. Especially one of the new ones that's come out. Ooh, I like that one. But I wish this texture was on the other side too. And that's one thing that quiet carry doesn't do a lot. They oftentimes just have the texture on one side. I'd prefer flat scales if it's just going to be that way. But this texture is nice. No doubt about that. Super smooth. Great access to the studs, which are your only real way of interacting with this knife. The folds almost completely into the handle, pretty much completely into the handle. Super easy. In fact, great access on the reverse flick too. Very poppy, very snappy. Surprisingly so for phosphor bronze. The stop pin is attached to the blade, so you can cut in a choil. Now, I will say that there's not much difference between the edge termination and the plunge grind here, but the plunge grind is almost a straight drop down, very near it. So just bringing the edge all the way back is, I mean, it's fine. You might not even really get much of a smile because unless you hit that thicker part of the knife's tang. Honestly, it's not going to be a problem. You can cut in more choil. It's well thought out, and that's kind of what this thing is. Just all around well thought out and well finished and executed. As I said, there's weight relief in there. You got a little tiny backspacer back here. Hello, dog. Yes, 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 you poor little dog. I'm so abusive to you. I don't know why. He seems to think that he needs to cry at me, but he does. Yes, I'm rubbing your head. Yes, yes. So cruel, I know. So, the selling point is clearly the corrosion-resistant nature. You come for that, you stick around for the great quality and finish and execution of a very functional knife. Great jimping up here. I mean, you're not moving. Pretty darn comfortable in the hand. I still think I would like to try the larger one because just because maybe you'll feel the clip on that one a little bit less. Not that it's uncomfortable. It's a wire clip, it's just there. Deep carry. Liner lock. It's a very straightforward knife that sort of hides all of the little things that it's doing extra, above and beyond. But it's very elegant and very nice. The waypoints are about $300. That might seem a little bit expensive, but again, you're getting LC200N lock bar and Vanax, both of which are more expensive steels. And honestly, this feels like a $300 knife. It feels executed that extra level above. So, I really like these. I really hope to get some more quiet carry. Or at the very least, check them out. And I definitely would say that this is a recommendable knife. There's not much else to talk about. It's very straightforward, but it belies all of the little details and all the little well executed. Even the way the thumb studs interact, they don't even necessarily look like the best thumb studs in the world, but they just work so well. It's a very satisfying knife. That's the way I can describe it. So, if you're looking for something that is corrosion resistant or darn near completely corrosion proof, this is one. And it's a good one. Quiet carry in general is good. They sell almost, I think, exclusively through their own website, so that's where you'll have to go. I'll link it down below. That is the end of this review. Dog needs attention. He will get it. I know. See you later, guys. He says bye. Actually, I think he said something very, very cruel, but I'll see you later.